Well, of course, we have Boason Omofaye, Arise business correspondent, live joining us now from Abidjan. Thank you, Boason. It's good to see you. I mean, we're having issues with connection earlier, but now let's get straight to the point. We have a new president of AfDB. Speak to us from the northwestern African country. What are some of the, agenda or vision, highlight, or will I say reel out from, from his speech, or what he's focusing, the new president is focusing on this time?
Well, the new AfDB president, thank you, Frank. The new AfDB president hasn't really spoken. We had an interview, a very short one, with the country's finance minister. The new president himself says, I'm here, I'm ready to work, let's get the job done. That's what he said in a very short address. We know that he's going to give a formal press briefing at some point later on, but of course for now, the current president, Dr. Akumi Adesina, will remain in office until September, when the new president, Sidi Ouattara of Mauritania, who of course also is the current president of the Arab Bank for Development based in Sudan, in Khartoum, will be formally resuming here in Cote d'Ivoire as the president of the AfDB group.
Bring us up to speed with what other issues are on the table at the moment, because we know as at yesterday, the message is that African leaders should get to work, roll up your sleeve and get to work, and seems to be telling them it's, enough of the holidays, it's time to get to work now. What are the other things on the table that African leaders are looking at this time around?
Yes. Well, African leaders, when you say African leaders, not just the governments, to ensure that there's a further integration of capital markets across Africa, which was part of the session earlier today, attended by the head of Securities and Exchange Commission from Nigeria, from United Capital, the chairman, Chika Modi, who was also on that panel, spoke about why we need the capital market in Africa to support the DFI, such as the AfDB and a few others on the continent. We need infrastructure, we need to make Africa's capital work for the continent, and need to mobilize these resources using the instruments, whether it's government bond or equity side, just to put all resources together, including diaspora remittances, as well as pension funds. In West Africa alone, between Nigeria and Ghana, total pension funds roughly 40 billion US dollars. So this money is sitting there doing so much in equities, less in terms of capital financing to support the government. So the CEO of the Ghana Stock Exchange, Ms. Samoa, spoke about why we need to deploy such pension funds into supporting infrastructure across the continent. Of course, there were a couple of other discussions as well around the energy sector and how to de-risk the Africa's energy market, provide and expand the carbon credit market. About 172 carbon credits are available. Africa is still focusing largely only on forestry. So we need to expand the portfolio, as it were, and those are some of the conversations that are from the knowledge side of these particular annual meetings in Cote d'Ivoire. Frank.
Yeah, Boason, before I let you go, we do know that the AfDB has consistently championed Africa's industrialization over time. You have covered this sector for decades, and of course you've been following development when it comes to fiscal discipline. You talk about debt sustainability. These are some of the areas you've covered for quite a while now. So if I to look at the takeaways as we wind down in this meeting this year, if you look at what are some of the things that our leaders, the African leaders, need to take away from this particular meeting going forward as we wrap up now?
Well, some of the key takeaways is to do further integration in terms of road, rail, air transportation, integration in terms of financial markets. Today we're seeing the opening, for example, of a listed company of the Nigerian exchange, United Capital, opening its asset management company here in Cote d'Ivoire, looking to tap into the West African French-speaking economy, mutual funds within the UMOA region. That's part of what you need. You need further cross-border listing. You need a whole lot of integration when it comes to trade and investment. That should be the key takeaways, and reduce and relax a lot of government bureaucracy around projects and infrastructure. happen, and very quickly, for 1.2 billion citizens of this continent, whether they're women access to finance, whether they're youth and entertainment in creative sector. All these are the key takeaways right now that we see a defunding and a decline in funding of what you call overseas development aid and every form of fund to the continent, at least from the traditional partners of the continent. Frank.
Well, a good place to leave it. Boason, thank you for interesting and insightful reporting there from Abidjan. Boason Omofaye, who has been reporting live from Abidjan, live there for us.